YOLO, and welcome to the Black Ops 2 Zombies Maps tier list review. Black Ops 2, it takes me back. Some of my favorite maps are from this game, mostly because of nostalgia, because I played them so many times. But I figured I would go ahead and do all three of the little mini maps, being the bus depot, the farm, and then the town map, even though they're all pretty much covered in transit, because I think town by itself is enough of a standalone map. And if I do one, I gotta show them all the same level of love and respect. So starting off with transit. It was ahead of its time, connecting, like I had said, three different maps around. The fog, blocking of your view was due to limitations of the technology of their time. They could not render everything, so to keep it running on the older consoles, they had to drop graphics or put these fog effects. Now you do notice that when multiplayer is going on and you got your friends playing with you and you're in one area of the map and they're in the other, it does tend to bog down a little bit. It gets a little slow, glitchy, but that's because it's pulling its weight. It's doing a next-gen console's job on a previous-gen console's budget. I would have to say, solid map all around, starting us off strong, A tier. Not quite S tier, because that's for later in the video. The bus depot. Basically just the starting zone for an actual full-on map. I mean, you could do like a little challenge there, but other than that, it kind of sucks. I'm gonna put that one into D tier. The farm. This one is fairly standalone map. You don't have Pack-a-Punch, but you have perks, you've got a mystery box, you've got enough space that, say, two players could each have their own little zone to run trains and wouldn't get in each other's way. Now, it's once you add a third player that things start to get a little tricky, a little messy. The AI for the zombies starts to change up, and you might end up canceling out or running into each other's trains. But still a pretty solid map. I would put it at a solid B tier. The farm, not the farm, the town map. This one I have put in countless hours, done all kinds of challenges. Myself and my siblings would just grind it for far too long. We should have been using our time more effectively, but I mean, who hasn't? It's one of the free maps that came with the game, and it was better than Transit. I wouldn't quite say it's S tier. It's got the perks. It's got the, I can't remember, tombstone perk, I think it is, where if you go down, you could buy a different perk and then pick your tombstone up and have more than 4 perks. So that was pretty cool. But, oh, and it does have Pack-a-Punch, but the Pack-a-Punch is in the middle of a lava lake, which adds a little bit of pressure. Now, it's a smaller map because it's part of the Transit Super Map. But I feel like this map is more fun to play than Transit is, because it's a little more condensed, it's a little smaller, you can actually get stuff going, and you don't have to turn the power on. So if you're just wanting to hang out, have fun, and not do any kind of Easter eggs, I would say this is the map. So I would put this one at the very top of A tier. Not quite S tier, but definitely up there. Nuketown Zombies. This is a gimmick map. It is a very small, it is a what if Nuketown, but zombies. Now it does have a fun little musical Easter egg in that if you go and you chop off the heads of all the mannequins, a song will play. But the random perk dropping or the random Pack-a-Punch dropping, it is a little frustrating because you don't know where they're going to drop in what order. It's more of a challenge or a gimmick map, I would say, than anything. Still fun, but definitely not A tier. I would put it at B or C tier is the question. I think B tier still. But, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and put it lower than the farm. Buried.
In this solemn field of silence, I can barely feel the pain. It begins again in mystery, and I always end up there, always unsuspecting, so easy to learn them away from all the angels within. I am learning from something I'm becoming, unstoppable, ever coming from something better, becoming more, always running like something might be coming to follow me up, running, to something better, coming from
Okay, now this map is really good. This map, okay, fun fact, side story. First time I ever played Buried, I booted it up, I hopped online with my friends, you spawn in that starting zone, I look over, there's this giant gaping hole that looks like it's just an endless bottomless pit. And I'm like, I wonder if you can jump into that. If the game will let you, or if it'll invisible wall style block you. So I immediately dolphin dive round 1 into the abyss and die. And my friends are like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, you gotta test it. Every video game, you have to test if they have fall damage, and you also have to test the boundaries. See what they allow the player to actually do. So I died round 1, first time I played it, because I chose to jump into the void. Was it Lapis Lavu, Call of the Void? It called to me, I answered. Pack-a-Punch, multiple perks. You've even got the, I think it's that buzzard perk. I can't remember the name of it now. But all around great map. A cool gimmick of locking the box down into one location using that giant and then the different gum or alcohol bottles. Wild West Town, the brothel house you have to go through where they take your money. I see what they did there. It was kind of cheeky, pun intended. I'm definitely going to go ahead and put this one up into S tier. All around great map, fun, large, you got all the perks, pack-a-punch. You can even choose where you want specific wall guns. Very well done. Mob of the Dead.
It's 50 times already.
And we'll go through it another 50 if that's what it takes. 9:30, lights out. God begins his rounds. How we doing tonight, Ferguson? Family good?
Doing great, Mr. DeLuca. My boy Tommy, he's almost 6 now.
Ain't that swell?
Hey, Finn, you get that tip for Saturday's race yet?
I'm working on it. Right now.
You gonna shut him up? Or do I gotta do it?
You know the rules, handsome. No talking.
9:35, the Weasel launches into a song and dance routine.
Damn it, Arlington.
You gotta get to Doc.
Better be the real deal this time.
Once the Weasel gets the keys, we move on to stage 2. Let's get moving.
Here you go, fellas. Courtesy of the Warden's private collection.
Boys in the laundry stashed the parts.
Of course they fucking did.
What the fuck? I killed him.
You've been in the joint too long, Al. You've forgotten how to get shit done. What the fuck?
This ain't right. Something weird's going on here.
You don't say, Weasel.
Where are those screams coming from?
Oh, shit.
Two coals start a fire and burning diesel, burning dinosaur bones. I'll take the river down to still water and ride a pack of I'm gonna break my I'm gonna break my rusty cage.
The prison. The old style prison, what, from like the 1920s Prohibition era, I think? Very cool. Brutus, a great boss. The afterlife, where you turn into those electrical ghosts and power on the stuff, that's incredibly well done. And I think that was the prototype for the beast transformations that we see in Shadows of Evil from Black Ops 3. I actually like how they handled it better in this game than in Black Ops 3, but that's a side tangent. Huge map, tons of perks. You can even do the Easter egg, which this is the first map I ever did a full Easter egg of. I have to say, top of S tier. They were absolutely cooking with this one. They said, let me cook. And then they cooked. Great map. Super fun to play. Countless memories. And that little Pack-a-Punch Bridge mini island where each round you get more and more Brutus that spawn. A very fun challenge in and of itself. Origins.
It began long ago, on the battlefields of the Great War. 2 German scientists sought to harness dark and mysterious forces buried for centuries. They believed their discoveries would assure Germany's ultimate victory. What they could never have imagined was just what else their research would unearth. Ancient evil ravaged the front lines. The hopes of the Allies rested on 3 soldiers sent to stop it. Let's take a moment and brave these. So my intentions are known. See, I have pity in watching you suffer. I know the damn done. I got a story of my own. Don't you see?
The music, the weird element 115 giant superstructure in the middle, the robots, feet fetish, anyone? You gotta shoot the foot, go up in the foot. That seems almost parasitic in nature. The Panzer. And the remake of this map in Black Ops 3 takes all of those things and then cranks them up to 11. The mud slows you down more. The Panzer is faster and harder. The mud in Black Ops 2 was, I think, middle ground. It was better than how things were handled in Black Ops 1, but it was less detrimental than in Black Ops 3. So a nice medium level difficulty. Along with that, the Easter egg was pretty fun. Stabs were... yeah, the stabs were overpowered, but, they deserved it. Lore and how long it took to build these stabs, they were worth it. Unless you just had one guy at the very end of the round, which I would always do, keeping the crawler alive, while the other guys who know how to do the Easter egg actually do all the hard work. On top of that, there's actually a starting room challenge that you can do. Because if you can get, I think it's 115 headshot kills, you get a free Pack-a-Punched gun, or a free perk. I think it's the Pack-a-Punched gun. So if you start in the starting room and get 115 headshot kills, you could theoretically have a Pack-a-Punched gun before you even unlock your way to the rest of the map. Very well done. plenty of room for challenges, tons of fun. Mini boss, fantastic. I would say all around S tier. They were really cooking in this this game. Dire Ice.
I don't understand. Why are you doing this? Why me? Travel where? Don't you get it? There's nothing left! Oh, how did you... What? What do you mean, mend the rift? Well, maybe I don't wanna. Huh? Did you think of that? Oh, you can't tell them about the flesh! What I did, they'd kill me if they knew. Ah, shit!
If you're gonna talk to your imaginary friends, Stu, you might want to wait till you're in a Z-free zone.
Stupider! Get over here, now!
Come on, come on!
What do we do now?
We arm up, find a good place to defend, kick ass, that's it.
I don't understand.
What are you talking about, Stuhlinger? Misty made it pretty clear.
Except for fate, begin anew!
We're going down fighting.
Genuinely forgot this was in Black Ops 2. I've played this map, I think, one time in my entire Black Ops career. So, for obvious reasons, I cannot give a fair judgment of it. So I will be putting it into C tier. To all the Dire Ice fans, I'm sorry. I never really got into that one. I was far too busy with Buried, Mob of the Dead, or Origins. You'll have to let me know in the comments below how wrong or right I am. But let's take a quick look over this. Bus Depot, D tier, because it sucks. Dire Ice, C tier. We don't know where else to put it. Nuketown Zombies and The Farm, both B tier. They're pretty fun, but they're also not that great. They're like okay. They're medium. A tier, we have Transit, which is only held back because the technology of its time. It should have been an S tier, but it was just too advanced for us. We couldn't truly appreciate what they were doing. Town, a classic map which even had the grief mode, which was a unique gimmick. I'll give it that. I played grief a couple of times. It never really jumped out to me that much, probably because I didn't have enough friends to make, bigger teams, get a whole party going, get everyone in Discord, have some trash talk, be toxic, have fun. S tier, Buried, absolutely. Mob of the Dead, 100%. Origins, yes please. I think, though, if we're being fair, being honest, I think it should have Mob of the Dead at the top of S tier, Origins at the bottom of S tier, and Buried in the middle of S tier. That's how I personally would do it. But you're going to have to let me know in the comments below how you would organize S tier. Or even if you would not put these three in S tier. Maybe you think they're overrated. Let me know. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the flip side.